came in, my boobs would be like so dominant. But that's not the way it is with all of us. We're all different. Some of us have closed in cleavage like I do. Some of us are top heavy, like I'm more top heavy than, unfortunately, on the bottoms. You know, it's just like I'm a B cup right here, but I'm like a D cup here. It's just the way we're built genetically, and we can't change that. Really, we can't. All cleavage is sexy, whether it's far apart or close together. It's all sexy. So yeah, don't be too concerned with that. Hopefully you'll gain weight everywhere. It's all about first in, you know, first in. If you've got a gut already and you're skinny fat, that's going to come in first to the gut until you get rid of those fat cells. Sometimes you have to surgically remove them first. I talk about that in the other videos. So if I'm already butt heavy, I'm always probably going to be butt heavy when I gain the weight, unfortunately. So this is why the pump's really important. You want to, from the very beginning, you want to boost that circulation right where it needs to go. From the very, 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 very beginning. You don't want to like take the supplements and then gain weight and notice like, oh my God, my butt's getting even bigger. Great. Put the circulation in priority right here so that it can at least say, hey, don't forget about me. I need to grow too. You know, this is priority. So that's the challenge. And if you're asking to be like double D's and you're 93 pounds, I mean, you never know, you might get there. It just depends. Your body does change when you gain the weight, but your shape is pretty much going to be the same, if that makes any sense. You still have some growing to do, so maybe you'll grow taller. Who knows, right? You're still young. Bone structure, as in face, no. But what I did notice when you don't have thyroid problems, the swelling goes away in your face. I used to be real cute like this because everyone says I'm just so adorably cute, and I'm over here like pushing, you know, my God, I'm not a spring hen, okay? But I look pretty young in the face, so I'm this adorable little girl at 12 and 13. I'm looking at myself now after fixing a lot of these problems that I have, and I recognize myself again. There was a period of time when I was 17 to like 26, I didn't recognize myself. My face was different. I had swelling, even though I was so skinny. I had swelling. My features didn't come out. So when you fix your hormone levels, you become the best or better genetic version of yourself. So it might seem like your bone structure changes, and maybe it does, because hormones do affect you, and especially you being so young, you might notice that you have a pointier chin. You might notice that, you know, your fat storing a little bit more on your cheekbones, or fuller lips because your hormones are balancing out, right? So I noticed for me, the mucin swelling went away, and it also went away on my lips, you know? I had like weird swelling on my bottom lip. I had like my swelling all over my face. I couldn't see the shape of my face. So it's like I have a flatter face now. It's flatter. It's not all bloated and weird, if that makes any sense. So that's what I personally noticed. My overall theory is if I increase my bone structure apart from fat in certain areas, it will look more proportional. Girl, we can't be perfect. You know, as much as, you know, we'd love to all be that hourglass, we're not all gonna be that evened out hourglass. I would just say you're gonna have to try to find out. I don't know of a way to expand the hip bones. I just know that it's congenital. Again, I was exposed to more testosterone in the womb, and maybe that's why I have more of the linebacker shoulders, you know, like I have more little narrower hips compared to my shoulders, but I'm still an hourglass and I'm not going to complain. So you'll see, you're still going to have like a feminine shape, but it may not be exactly what you were hoping for. it says right here, and feminine and being able to have that hourglass figure I aim for, while at the same time, of course, not taking too many things to disrupt BO. So I'd like to know if the hormones that are triggered affect bone growth. Perhaps I just need to put on weight. How about you send me a picture and I'll tell you what kind of body type I think you have. And I'll let you know, like, what my opinion is. I think that's a great, sorry, I'm getting messages here. I think that's a great way to know. Like, it's, you know, send photos and say, hey guys, what do you think? Am I a mesomorph? Am I an endomorph? Am I an ectomorph? If I gain 10, 20 pounds, change my BMI, what do you think? And we'll give you our opinions. As you are off your program now, are there anything that you've noted possibly caused your breasts to shrink? Not necessarily in regards to supplements or medications, but diet-wise? Honestly, when I was going through the mold exposure, I noticed that everything shrunk. Not just my breasts, not just my butt, not just my arms. I had a form of cachexia. You lose weight, you lose muscle, you lose everything. I was losing all of the fat around my eyes, and I still kind of struggle around it a little bit, but I lost so much. I lost even on my nose, my nasal bridge. I look like an old lady. I was looking like an old lady, and I was so sick, sitting up, trying to sleep. That is what I noticed. It's not so much diet, it's more like an exposure to toxins, environmental, you know, mold, metals, right? It makes everything shrink. That's as far as medication, no, because I'm not on medication. And supplements, no. From your post, I saw at one point you used clove oil and it seemed to have done the opposite, yes, of what it was supposed to. Should all women doing NB steer clear of that? Honestly, in my opinion, steer clear away from the cloves. I truly believe that's one of the strongest androgenic or prolactin stimulating herbs out there. Remember, we're out in the wild and we've got babies to nurse. So I feel like God gave a lot of his plants and herbs the ability to allow us to survive in the wild, to nurse our children, to support prolactin. So yeah, that one's a strong one. It's just an opinion, but I just have a funny feeling about it. Maybe you could update your blog spot or guide these details since other similar info are a bit spaced out in your thread. There are some terms I came across: SP, saw palmetto, BV. I don't remember what BV is. I'd have to see it in context, or like, yeah, I'd have to see it. PM, Praria mirifica, yes. BG. Could be vegetable glycerin, not sure. PC, a progesterone cream. BC, birth control. P, probably progesterone. P levels, if I say P levels, it's progesterone levels. BV, I'm not sure. Wow, it's been so long. I'm so sorry. BV and BG, I just don't remember. Would you recommend Vitex for a girl like me who's already skinny along with the program, or does it depend on what the test panel says? I'd say it depends on what the test panel says. Because if you're already overproducing in your pituitary, this is probably not something you're going to want to take. You might have a pituitary tumor, you don't even realize, and you're taking Vitex to stimulate your pituitary function. You don't want to do that. So it's not for every woman. So yeah, you only want to take it if you need it. And this is why I say test your prolactin levels. If that seems normal, Vitex may be just fine if your progesterone levels are low. At the same time, make sure your pituitary is functioning. Make sure you don't have a family history of pituitary tumors, cancers, issues, because that's very serious. Pituitary problems you do not want. However, it may not be available, so if I needed based on my test, it could go for some other product, give the same benefits. Honestly, I don't know of another one other than just the pituitary glandular itself. But like I said, there's some in this formula, in the Bountiful Breast formula, so you probably wouldn't even need it. You're so young, I don't think you would need it. Let's see. Slightly off boob topic, in your pictures as well as the measurements you post yourself, you were able to keep your waist small. Even though I'd like to gain weight, I'm afraid that it wouldn't go to the right places. Well, okay, like I said, first in, last out, or whatever. You want to make sure that you don't have any fat around your waist. That's an androgenic effect. So if you're on birth control that's made, from a lab, synthetic hormones, you might, with the addition of taking whey proteins or any other weight gainers, you might have an androgenic effect, which is opposite of what we're trying to do. It might go straight to the fat stores in your stomach. Let me see. But, if you don't have that issue, if you're just skinny everywhere, I wouldn't even worry about it. I also would like to put on weight on my thighs and arms. And you will. It should go everywhere, especially, basically everywhere except for my stomach. My small waist is literally the only thing I'm proud and confident of when it comes to my body right now. I like to keep the measurements as it is. Yeah, you might gain a little bit, but it's not going to be like to the point where you're like, oh my god, my shape is gone, my stomach's not flat. I wouldn't worry about it if I were you. I used to overeat when I was a kid, so I do have a little pooch, like a Marilyn Monroe pooch, the underbelly, I've got that. That, no matter how skinny I am, it will always be there. I would like to know if you have any tips or advice to control the fat distribution. Like I said, the pump. You're telling it where to go, okay? Get the pump. You won't be sorry. Something is in my eye. For women, I heard fat is usually stored in the stomach first and sometimes the lower half, which is sad, and I've researched this, and there isn't much advice. Rather than some say fat distribution can't be controlled. Sometimes it can't because the fat cells are there. They've just shrunken when you're skinny. So yes, the fat cells are still there. You'll see as your program goes how much weight you're storing. Just keep a diary, keep your measurements noted, and then you're going to say, okay, I need to back off of this protein. It's doing a little more harm than good. And that's fine. A lot of women back off the protein at some point. Okay, so apart from exercising in that area, I don't know what else to do. Any advice? Yeah, boost your HGH by doing a little bit of strength training. Maybe you could do squats. Maybe you can do a little bit of arm exercises, crunches. Boost your HGH levels. Give it a little boost. Do that 3 times a week. Don't do any cardio. Cardio is not for this program. I am telling you. Do not do cardio. You will not get results. Not very good results. This is a personal question for you. Ever since ending the program till now that you have your girls at your right size, what do you prefer to wear nowadays? Bras, bralettes? Obviously, clearly, I love wearing bralettes. I hate underwire now. They're so sexy and they look great, especially with the little bit of under padding right here because I lack the meat the most right in that area. Those are my ideal bras, and my breasts are still teardrop conical shape. I don't know if that will ever change. I don't know if that means I've never hit the full stage of development. Honestly, I think it just has something to do with just the way everything, it's just genetic. You have more of a pointed shape. You have more of a rounded shape. Your placement is up here for your areola and nipple placement it's just, there's nothing I can do to control that. I believe I've hit the full stages of development, but mine are always going to be conical, but I still prefer to wear bralettes. Lacy, supportive, thinly padded, or lined, you could say. Lacy stuff is my favorite, clearly. Because, yeah, they're more comfortable. It's just the way it is. It's just more comfortable. since you said people who are making internal orders should use PayPal, I'd like a bit more guidance in the process. Where do I search for your product in order to send the info to the agent to go to your blog spot? If so, where and how do I connect to PayPal? Because I don't see a link or any official page. It's weird. It should be there. Since I don't... Oh, you know what? I was having problems with PayPal. So on my blog site, it may not go through. Since I don't have a credit card, I'll be using an agent to help me with shipping process. You don't have a credit card or debit card? Maybe? I think debit card works the same way. But if you're going to have him do it and just send him payment, whatever works, it can still be done. So go to my Venmo account or go to PayPal if you're international and type in my email address, and then in the notes you're going to leave how many bottles you want. So it's $28 per bottle, and you should be sending it through friends and family so that I don't have to, because I'm trying to keep that price low. They keep charging more for shipping, which is ridiculous. Every year it gets higher, and I'm not going to raise my price on the tonic. It's already expensive. Bountiful Breast is just too expensive, and this is why I have plans to do something else so that you ladies don't have to suffer so much just to try to get your body together and your health together. Yeah, so send payment through PayPal, friends and family style, and just type in the notes how many bottles. It's 28 each. And then I have to figure out how much shipping is to your address. So you're gonna have to do 2 payments. Or what you can do is just send, like, let's say you're getting 6 bottles. Go ahead and send payment 28 times 6, and then send another $20 for shipping. And if it's less than that, because you'll see it on the receipt, I will refund you back. Okay, I'll refund you back less the shipping. So I'll only charge you just for the shipping. Is there any reason why you can't have your tonic sold on Amazon? That's what I'm working on. I'm not knowledgeable on these subjects, but I just seem to be easier for, yep, and that's what I'm working on. The problem is that making the tonic formulation is extremely challenging because there's tasting profiles. It's thousands of dollars to get the tasting profile, and then you have to test the material stability, and there's not a lot of places that actually do liquid formulations because you have to have a special license for grain alcohol, so they don't even bother with it. But yeah, I can't do it on Amazon because it has to be made in a lab. So even if I get something from China, it has to be GMP certified, and that's the main issue. Okay, so I have to do it this way until I can find a lab that actually has the license to do, to do the formula, and I have to be able to afford to get the formula started, tasting profile, the testing, and all that. It's just what comes with dealing with the territory of liquid formulation. I always wanted to say that I enjoyed your bra reviews. Maybe you could do something like that. I would love to do more of those. Part of your channel, if you wish. Thank you so much once again, giving us girls like me a chance to regain confidence, femininity, and hope you continue in good health. Thank you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to put down my email address, and like I said, just pay for each bottle and add $20 for shipping. Like if you're buying 6 bottles or less, and I'll refund. If it's less than that, I'll refund it, because I don't know how the shipping's going to work in your situation. I'll refund whatever needs to be refunded, and then type in the notes the address. I need it to be sent to this. I need this many bottles, and that's it. Okay, I guess I will hit you ladies back up probably really soon, because I actually do have to do a bra review. Alrighty, toodles.